Hey everyone, I'm Justin from Modality Systems and welcome to the very first episode of the Modality APAC Perspective, where I'm going to talk about things that are relevant in the industry this month, anything that we've sent out there that's going to be kind of relevant to talk about, and then some Q&A and industry news. So what I'm going to talk about to start with is the announcement of PSTN Conferencing coming to Office 365 in Australia on the 1st of September. And we'll talk a little bit about kind of why that's valuable and why there's some consolidation opportunities. And then I'll go through some of the Q&A that we've received so far since we first launched a little teaser video a week or two ago. And then I'll cover off the industry news that's been there as well in the last couple of weeks. So PSTN Conferencing in Australia, since this was announced in other markets in December of last year, we've been eagerly awaiting this to come to Australia, and it's going to mean current customers that are in Office 365 and new ones are going to be able to really consolidate all of their meetings functionality into a single user experience on Skype for Business. So if you've got sort of WebEx or GoToMeeting now, you can just completely ditch all of that, stop spending money on those, and now just start using Skype for Business for your web conferences, your audio conferences, and also your video conferences, and not only inside the organisation but external as well. So you could be having a team meeting and then invite in a customer or a partner, and they could join, either using the Skype for Business app or on the web experience, or they could just dial straight in from their mobile or from their landline, and that's really the kind of the last component that's coming in the conferencing experience, because when you think about the value of Skype meetings, it's great internally between teams and that kind of thing, but when you want to extend that out to absolutely anybody, and the lowest common denominator being the PSTN, that's what's really going to come to Australian customers on September 1st. So we're really excited about it in Modality. We're going out telling our customers about it. If you are a Office 365 customer today, you can actually sign up for a preview at skypepreview.com and get involved earlier. So that's really exciting. And if you want to find out more about that, then just let us know. And we've actually got an app that we've developed that enhances the meeting experience called Custom Invite, where you can change the look and feel of the Skype meeting invite that goes out, change what the dial-in number looks like. So have a look on the website if that sounds cool to you, or reach out to us on Twitter. So into the Q&A side of things. So our first question that we've been asked about PSTN conferencing is, what are the network considerations for Skype for Business? And it really comes down to things like what your use case is going to be like and your user profiles. So if we consider the kind of the most common usage, which is audio calls and conferences, typically that's going to be around about kind of 96 kilobits per second for each session. So what you do is kind of extrapolate that out to look at how many users you're going to have in a site, and then how frequently they're going to be using audio conferencing to start with, but then layering on things like if they're using desktop sharing, if they're having video conferences as well. And then typically in terms of how you would size a network link for that is you would design to your busiest hour in terms of how many people are all going to be on at once using that service. Cool. So next question we got is, how do existing E5 customers get PSTN conferencing? So in Australia today, you would have bought your E5 license without PSTN conferencing. So what you can do now is you would engage your licensing partner in Microsoft, and then get the PSTN conferencing add-on to your E5 license. And so once that's all been purchased, you can just go into your Office 365 portal, and then you would assign those licenses to users that you want to start having PSTN conferencing. And then within the portal, you can assign a dial-in number to them to be displayed as default in their Skype meeting invite, which would be Sydney O2 number to allow those people to dial into their Skype meetings. Alrighty. So on to some of the industry news for this month. So the first exciting thing that's happening across a bunch of capital cities in Australia is Microsoft are running Skype for Business Connected Leaders Discovery Days. And what this is going to be is a half-day kind of block of time in Microsoft offices around Australia, where customers can come in and learn about the latest features of Skype for Business and hear direct from Microsoft about that. And then also from customers that have been deploying and adopting some of the voice and meeting features as well, and just hear about what their experiences have been like with early adoption of those features and the business value that's been providing to them. And then you also hear from partners, like us at Modality. I'll be presenting at the Sydney one to talk about kind of what we've seen out there in the market so far and what our experiences have been. And then second piece of industry news, which everybody's been going crazy for and has been asking a lot of questions about, is the Skype for Business Mac client preview. So this has been ongoing for a good couple of months now. It's gone through various kind of drops and stages of functionality that's come out. And what's now been added is the presence and IM features into the Mac client. So it started out live in public preview as just meetings, so you could schedule and join Skype meetings from that new Mac client. So they're now bringing out more and more features into that client to have the end goal of it having full, almost pretty much full feature parity with the full Windows client. But definitely the message from Microsoft, the product group, has been that they're building for quality for that application, rather than just sort of shipping something out the door with feature parity. They want to make sure that it's super solid and a really good user experience, because there's a lot of Macs out there that are in the enterprise, and so they should have the same really good Skype for Business experience as anybody else has on, whether it be that Windows, iPhone, Android, any client out there. Cool. So last piece of industry news that I want to cover is another big drop when it comes to the features available in Cloud PBX, and that is auto attendant and call queues that was announced just last month. So Jamie Stark in the product group in Redmond jumped on one of their kind of regular broadcasts and said, hey, this is coming, we know you've been asking for this for ages. So this is really exciting and kind of goes that next step in terms of making sure that the features in the cloud and the voice capabilities there are similar to what people are used to in enterprise voice in Skype for Business Server on-prem. So auto attendant allows you now to set up like a main office number that says, hey, welcome to Contoso. If you'd like to speak to this person, put in their extension or speak their name, and then it will do a speech to text lookup and find that person in the directory, and then transfer their call through. So that then allows you kind of automated kind of main number effectively, and that feature was in Exchange Unified Messaging for since really from launch effectively. So people have been using that as kind of the front door to their business when it comes to their communications kind of pickup experience. And then the next big one is the announcement of call queues in Cloud PBX, and this is basically taking Hunt Group functionality and building it into the Microsoft Communications Cloud. So this is something that a lot of businesses out there really need. They need either an ability for people when they call the main office number to press a DTMF tone on their phone pad to get through to a particular department, or even the ability to set up a queue for, say, IT service desk or HR or shared services or something like that. So why this is cool is we can now set up those service numbers, so have like a 1-800 number or the Hunt Group number you've always had, assign it to that call queue, and then create the menus within that. So maybe like, hey, welcome to Fabricam. I'm pulling out all the MCP exam company names today. So welcome to Fabricam, and press 1 if you've got a sales inquiry, press 2 for customer service, press 3 for accounts payable, that kind of thing. And that's all hosted in Cloud PBX in Office 365. So what this means for us as like a Skype for Business and Office 365 partner is that when we go in and talk to a customer now, we can say, we ask all the questions around, what do you use your PABX for today? What hunt groups do you have? Call pickup groups. And then once we discover all of that, we can say, okay, we can reproduce all of that in Office 365 Cloud PBX, and it'll give you everything you need and what you expect from a telephony platform. So that's due to come by the end of the year, I think. So keep a lookout for that. I think that'll be announced in preview as well. So early adopter customers can get involved and start trialing it out and offering a bit of feedback to Microsoft. Cool. So to summarise on that, PSTN Conferencing launch coming September 1st in Australia. Look out for that. Tons of business value coming, and the ability to consolidate all of your media experiences into Skype. And that industry news, especially around the Mac release and the call queues there. So cool. So hope you've liked the very first episode of the Modality APAC Perspective. Leave some comments down below in YouTube or respond to us back on Twitter. If you've got any questions for next month's episode, then just leave one in the comments as well, or let us know, and we'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for tuning in.